So again, with this cart, how do we retain this information? We can obviously pass it from this page to this page, but when we go back to continue browsing, how do we retain that information about the cart, what's in there, what's being held? And there are various ways to do it, but one solution that works out well in React is something called a context. And so we're going to create a context for the cart. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in our source folder a new folder called context. This is for context files that are trying to retain information as we navigate around the site. And what we're going to do is eventually place something in there, but we need to know what type of information it is that we're placing in there. And so in my types folder, I'm going to create what a cart looks like. So I'm going to add a new file in my types folder, which again is for templates, for data. And in here, I'm going to call this a cart item.ts. Cart item.ts. And then in there, I'm going to say export interface, just like we've done before with the project TS file. And I'm going to say this is what a cart item looks like. It's going to have a project ID, which is going to be a number. It's going to have a project name, which is going to be a string. And it's going to have a donation amount. And obviously we can add whatever other information we want. I'll just start with those three things. So we add, this is what a cart item looks like. This is the template. This is the model, so to speak, if we're talking about it in .NET terms. For what a cart item is, it's going to have those three pieces of information. Okay, so now back up to this context folder. Let's go add a new file there. And I'll call this cart context.tsx. Now this is going to be a little different than what we've used. This is not a function. This is an interface, and there's going to be a lot of code in here that may not make sense at first. We'll try to walk through it and show what's happening. So first thing we're going to do is create, let's see, an interface called a cart context type. All right, and again, I'm going to type a lot of this out, and then we'll go back through and explain it. So it's going to have some different elements in it. One is going to be the cart, which refers to the cart item array that we're going to build. And so you can see now as we have this type in our types folder, this cart item, you're going to have many potentially cart items inside one cart. So we've got an array of cart items that we're going to call cart. We're going to give the functionality to add to this cart. And what we need to know in order to add something to the cart, what needs to be passed in is an item that is the shape of a cart item. Okay, so it's going to have all three of those pieces of information that we create in this cart item, right? Project ID, project name, donation amount. So that's what needs to be passed in. What's going to be returned? And the answer is nothing. So we say void, right? Just a different way of saying the same things we've done in .NET before. This is like, you know, a little function that's saying this is what we pass in, this is what we return. All right, it doesn't recognize some of these things, so cart item we need to import. This one, well, that's just defined but never used, so that's okay. So we give the ability for the user to add to the cart. We want to be able to give them the ability to remove from the cart. Well, to remove from the cart, what do we need to know? I need to know what the project ID is in order to be able to remove from the cart. And again, we're going to return a void. And then we can also give the ability to clear the cart, to get rid of everything in the cart. We don't need anything to do that passed in. And then what we return from that is a void. All right, so we're basically setting up, remember when we built the interface for the repository pattern? And we were establishing in the I repository what it needed to look like when we built the instance in the EF repository. That's what we've done here. We're requiring there's going to be a cart, an add to cart, a remove from cart, and a clear cart as we build those things out. Now we can go in and actually start building out these functions. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this line. Now again, this is a line that I'm just going to type out at first because I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of sense. As I was going through this, I was like, oh man, this is going to be tough to explain. But it makes more sense once you get it working. So we say export const cart provider, and then what's going to be the result of this function is I need passed in order to do this, something we're going to call children, okay, in braces. And then it says, well, what type of information is children? Well, children is going to be a React node. All right, and again, I wouldn't worry too much at this point about what any of that means. Let's just type it in, make sure it looks correct. And then arrow function. So this is going to be the function that comes out of this. We're going to go in and do some things here. One is that we're going to set up a const that represents the cart, and then we're going to give the ability to set the cart. This is going to be just like we've done with other variables we've set up. We're going to use state, and what type of information is this going to be? What is a cart going to look like? Well, we just set it up here. It's going to be a cart item array, and so the type is going to be cart item array. What does the default array look like in parentheses? It's going to be an empty array. All right, so there's a lot to this, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Hang in there with me on this. I'll go through and explain it. All right, so then we need to add the ability to set, to add to the cart. So we've now created a cart. We have to give the ability to add to the cart. So I'll say const add to cart. Of course, it's going to have the same thing as we established up here, this template. Item, cart, item. And then what are we going to do when they add to the cart? Well, what I'm going to do is I want to set the cart. So when somebody adds something to the cart, I want to set it equal to whatever the cart was before plus the new stuff. And so I say, well, when we set the cart, I'm going to set up a variable called the previous cart that needs to be passed in. When somebody calls the set cart, they need to. I'm going to establish something to hold what's coming in as the previous cart. And then I'm going to say, take and spread the previous cart and then add whatever item was just passed in. Does that make sense? Well, I should be careful about asking that question. But these are principles we've learned before. We know what the spread operator does. We can add to the array. This array is going to contain whatever is in the previous cart first, and then the new item that's being passed into us that in the shape of a cart item. Okay. Well, we got a little dilemma there. What happens if they add more than one item to the cart? So in other words, if we already had a donation for a particular project, but they decide they want to add more to it, how do we handle that? And so that makes this a little more complicated in terms of the setting the cart, this item. And so what I'm going to do is, just looking at the clock, I'm going to create a specific video for setting the cart. So we've got the basic structure set up here in this cart provider that eventually is going to be called. And then we've got the ability to have a cart sitting in there. We're giving the ability right now to add a cart, and then we'll go through and give the ability to remove a cart and to clear the cart in the upcoming sets of videos, or upcoming videos. So let's go ahead and do the add to cart. Let's finish it out in the next video. Spencer, out.